Crystal Atlan is in a very bad spot right now. They're essentially self-sabotaging their game. This is a game that is incredibly fun without the limitations that have been imposed on the game. A couple days ago, I did a dedicated video going over how they removed a bunch of free pulls that were allocated to each individual character on your account, essentially ults. Today, things get even worse. Things are spiraling even further out of control. Take a look. The game won't last long due to these reasons unless fixed. But I was told here, look at the threads on their subreddit. So let's go ahead and do that too. We'll see how many threads there are. Wait, daily rewards change now account wide. Oh, so that's a big change. A big positive change. Not removing, drastically reworking the energy system will directly cause the downfall of this game. Bruh, they have a limit on everything. Let's see what else they say. Energy? Hello? Do you think this game will last? That's an interesting one. Okay, let's just take a look at these threads. Do you think the game will last? I started playing it 3 days ago. I'm really enjoying it so far. Chat, do you enjoy Crystal Atlan? How many of you actively play it? Thinking about spending money on it. Gotcha games, gotcha MMOs, very bad. Don't. Too early to say, depends on how they handle the game. I don't think there's enough interesting content. True. The good thing about this game is that if nobody is queuing for specific stages or gameplay, you get paired with bots. I mean, is that a positive? Do we think multiplayer games should be filled with AI characters rather than players? Why not just make it an AI NPC game then, right? You don't even need to make it an MMO. Problem solved. I don't have high expectations. The combat feels more character action than Wuthering Waves? Really? They think Crystal of Atlan's combat is more action-packed than Wuthering Waves. I think the only gacha game out there, maybe two gacha games out there that compare to Wuwa in terms of action combat are Zedless and Punishing Gray Raven, but that's it. Well, I'm having fun now. That I think is what's most important, right, chat? As long as you're having fun in it. They got a limit on everything. Daily limit reached for receiving teammate likes. Daily limit of raging about limits reached. Not removing, drastically reworking the energy system will directly cause the downfall. Not only stamina systems in MMOs are an uncommon thing, but having it to the excess that Crystal Atlan does is extremely problematic. It needs to either be massively reworked along with being permanently removed from retain content like story. Does he mean certain content like story, or just straight up removed in general? It's a very counterintuitive system to a game being fun, and if the devs don't listen to the fans soon, the game will suffer massive decline in fans and in turn revenues. I wonder, I'm curious how the game is even doing in terms of, I know, we shouldn't trust Sensor Tower, but I'm curious what it reported for its first week. I mean, 1.5 million, while not, definitively 1.5 million, it still made more than Tower of Fantasy. Where's the best place to relay this kind of info to the devs? By not spending money. Yep, just not spending money. Then they'll read comments like this on Reddit and on Twitter to kind of attempt to figure out what the fuck they did wrong. Daily rewards change now account-wide. So this is, I think, the only positive thread that has been made on Reddit specifically pertaining to Crystal of Atlan since it launched, chat. Not a high bar to clear. It's not. No. I made stand when I ran when I was 10, made more money than Tower of Fantasy. God damn! Neverness to Everness is improving so much. I'm glad to hear that. I know they showed the react here, or sorry, the transition here between before and after. I'm curious to see if it really has improved as much as you say, or people are saying. So yeah, this sucks. On day 2, they removed the free polls that was per character, made them account wide, saying it was a bug, even though that is how it works on a Chinese server. Now they've removed the daily check-in rewards from each character and made it account wide, so only wait, no, this is bad! No, this is bad! This is actually bad! This is probably the worst thing they could have done! Holy shit! No, this is terrible! Wait, they've removed the daily check-in rewards from each character and made it account wide, so they are only claimable on a single character. What? No way. Oh, you wrote this, Pill? Oh, I see that. I see you there, yeah. I'm sorry, I misinterpreted what this said. I said daily rewards change, now account wide. I thought that said character wide. Oh no, oh my God, what are they doing? Before we go any further, I do want to take a moment here to thank all of my incredible patrons over on Patreon and my YouTube channel members who allow for me to continue to do dedicated videos like this every single day. You guys are absolutely phenomenal, and I genuinely cannot thank you all enough for the support. So, Chat, for those of you that weren't aware, the video I did specifically covering Crystal of Atlan, I did this just 4 days ago, okay? And, you know, don't mind the fact that I look like I'm ready to take a shit here. But just 4 days ago, I've gotten 600 comments, almost 40,000 views, okay? I pointed out that they changed this, right? So every, what, 10 levels, you obtained additional pulls on every character. So you could make multiple different ults. You could do like, you know, 2, 3, 4 ults, however many. I don't remember the exact specifics, okay? And what would happen is that for every ult, you'd get a set number of total pulls, which meant that I think by max level 60, you obtained 80 or roughly 80 free pulls that you could use in game. This gave a reason, a purpose to actually leveling alternate characters. And then here, as made by Pills himself, this was a daily login reward that was also character specific, meaning that you would log in per character and obtain login rewards per character on a singular per character basis. Now it is per account. So like genuinely, what is the purpose behind having alternate characters? You don't get free pulls, you don't get free rewards for having each character hit max level, you don't get free rewards or free login rewards for having each character log in daily. What the fuck is the point? What are they doing? This is the exact opposite of rewarding your player base. This is taking away rewards from your players. The first 7 days were a special one-off that you could claim on all characters. Crystal Atlan devs really seem desperate to get you to swipe your credit cards. I'm gonna shelve this game, might come back in a few months to see if it pilks. Dude, you're gonna come back in a few months and be like, where did it go? Crystal of Atlan? It's not, it ain't gonna be there, brother. Ain't gonna be there. Claim it day one, 6 times, now it's all gone. Dude, that is horrendous. What are they doing? The game literally just launched, dude. Why are they punishing their players? Do they have such little disregard? Such a large disregard for their players? 4 days ago, spent $102 and quit because it's boring, rewards are trash, and orange energy is completely useless. You want your money back? Do a refund, dude. Chinese server, when you get to level 60 on first character, you get a free S tier outfit. You don't on global? Really? Some Chinese favoritism. Who would have thunk it? Truly sad because I've been enjoying the game a lot. No, that's the thing though. Genuinely, that is the thing. The game itself, at its core, is a fun game. Like, it's a fun game, right? Look at Infinity Nikki. Fun game ruined by fucking brain-dead developers. Or publishers in some instances. Average end-of-service behavior. We don't even need to look at the other threads, right? This right here is reason enough. Image above shows the weekly check-ins for the month season. Should say week. It's a bad translation. That's actually crazy. It is. It sucks, but I'd rather have better account rewards than having to claim daily login rewards 5 times. It's the same rewards, not better. Slightly worse rewards. So they should buff the rewards. So this guy here, he's like, well, that sucks, but I'd rather have better rewards rather than having to claim the same rewards 5 different times. I'd rather receive, but like at the same time, the rewards aren't even better. So what he's saying here is, you know, oh well. Dude, come on. Goddamn, that's crazy. Wow. What's gonna happen to Justice Online? Dude, Justice Online already looks shit. I mean, I kind of said it in my video. Or gotcha, yeah, this is, took a break from the game and this happened, yep. Terrible year for new gotchas. It is, yeah. It felt like they couldn't care less when they made it. PvP sucks, rewards couldn't even compensate for it. Yeah, like, you know, chat, hate Black Beacon as much as you want. Okay, you can't deny the fact that at the very least, they compensated players sufficiently and adequately. At the end of the day, when they fucked up, they remedied the situation and gave everyone what they wanted. So, I mean, this is a case of not doing that with Crystal of Atlan. Infinity Nikki hasn't done that. Love and Deep Space isn't doing that. At least take accountability and try to fix your issues, trying to compensate your players sufficiently. They're the people playing your game and supporting it after all. I would like to point out real quick upon editing the video that there was a little bit of misdirection given in the original post here. They do go on to clarify further down that while in fact the limitations imposed on individual accounts rather than characters is in fact real. The 7-day check-in, where you can claim it on each individual separate character, exists until each character clears it, so you can redeem this on multiple different characters. But after you do redeem it, it reverts back to being account-wide, or it activates a separate instance of this that happens to be account-wide. I just want to go ahead here and quickly make note of that so I don't spread misinformation. Is that any better? No, not really. The game won't last long due to these reasons unless fixed. The time gating progress so that general player base can never grind enough to match the pay to win and the energy lock. So you can actually pay to, and correct me if I'm wrong here, but if I recall, you can pay to obtain more stamina, right? Which means you can do more in the game. So people that pay can play more of the game. This makes it so free-to-play players don't have that option and are going to be inhibited completely from progress when compared to people that do pay. Scummy rinse and repeat monetization system. They'll keep adding servers every few weeks to milk new players. Old servers will die. Characteristics of trash autoplay games. The game is pretty well built, so respect yourselves and follow gameplay loop. Like, yeah, that's what I said. Like, the game itself is fun. It's just everything else in it. You guys are scummy when you remove draws from ults. Dedicated gacha games give more draws on the first day than I've got a chance to get in the first few weeks for a side mechanic. Add more pets, increase growth potential so people keep playing or keep pulling instead of never giving us anything. Another scummy thing on how you, think on how you guys cap the gold price for upgrade parts so free to play can't make a gold as well. Stop trying to micromanage the market and make it open. Actual freak developer decisions, extremely scummy. We need 30 more posts like this, yes. Exactly. I was excited for the game, but after playing a few days, it's wearing off on me. Not only do I dislike not being able to play for more than 10 minutes a day, but the limitation itself makes me lose interest in the game. If I can't play it, if I can't get invested in the characters, the story, etc., then I'm not going to spend money on it. Exactly. Like 100%. If you can't play the game, if you can't become engrossed in the game, enthralled in the game, and, you know, captivated by the game, you're not going to play it. And if you can't play it, you're going to drop it. And if you drop it, no one's going to play it. I know you think that you just hit the end of the video, and technically, yeah, you have. And I know your first reaction is to close out of it at this juncture, but don't. No, instead, I urge you to take a moment here and click one of the videos on screen that are coming up in just a moment so you remain up to date with everything going on in the gacha genre. Trust me, you're not going to regret doing so. Stay flaccid.